Fish Case coming back into the lane with the chain gang ready. Lord and M though. Oh, the Alf.
Last Wednesday night, Deadlock night shift number 45 took place, and man, what a doozy this one was. It was one of the longest nights in the tournament's history. While there are plenty of great matches being played, I really want to talk about the EU finals between Abrahams and Buff Enjoyers. These two have had a rivalry that's gone back and forth a ton. Buff Enjoyers are overall considered the best team in the world right now, but Abrahams are hot on their trails. However, Buff Enjoyers have won the last 8 matches in a row against Abrahams, so the tensions are high. That being said, Abraham actually started off super strong in this game, winning tons of small skirmishes across the map, helping Empty Dreams on Mirage get to an early lead.
Getting aggressive. That tornado to open things up, and I don't think there's an escape here for Zergy. Ooh, gets caught. That's a nasty bag to drop. What was that, 561? That's a definitely a decent amount at this time of the game.
12 minutes in and the rift opens up. Buff Enjoyers get it with practically no fight to be had.
Objective. Taz is being run down potentially on the Bebop, chooses to try to live, getting back to his teammates, might live to regret it as the enemy team comes forward, but the rift is just hold on. Secured by Buff Enjoyers. There's not enough players maybe here.
Then, just a few minutes later, Taz thinks he's caught out Cosmetical, but with a clean counterspell and some help with the Viscous, it turns out Taz may have bitten off more than he could chew.
But that may just not be enough. Even the Q, but he's in such contested territory. Even Wraith now being involved in the fight. Arzo bringing this gun buff into the engagement. Obakim responds in kind though, and the roll through comes back in. Drake wants another bite at the apple, another chance to maybe get a counter kill, but instead he'll have to give his life away for it. Arzo still healthy, but the fight continues on now. Billy coming in with the re-engage. Wraith maybe thinks better of being in here, but a bad blink doesn't take him around the corner as he wanted to go. The resources running low, and this is turning into quite the trade. Ton of lives lost on both.
But once the second rift spawns, Abrahams is posed to take it as they engage in a 5v6 because Obikim is just simply too far out of position to join in.
Is utilized, so that save, the key save has been burned early on here in this
Team up
fight.
down.
It's a good catch to get. And now Sanya Sniper's getting very, very low here, getting forced away from the circle. And it looks pretty good here for Abrahams. They've got all these frontliners. They've got so much sustain. They're able to just command the space, and they're going to be able to win out the rift.
This rolls straight into mid boss, and that goes into a fight for Left Walker where they just absolutely cannot kill Sanya. He lives this. D-Mob goes down, and then quickly Zergy and Vrake go down as well, and the comeback Buff Enjoyers were just mounting quickly vanishes.
Who's out of this fight before he can really get to playing.
Yeah, D-Mob is going to feel robbed not getting the kill onto Sanya there. The telekinesis saving Sanya at the pivotal moment. And all of these kills getting cleaned up. That's so unfortunate for Buff Enjoyers. It did not even get the extra rejuve.
Just as the next rift is spawning, Sanya hits this sick, nasty lasso onto Vrake.
Right, it does have scaling now. Oh, by the way, lasso found in onto Viscous, one of the ideal picks. Doesn't have the save when you know how crucial it will be for the game, but it looks to be the end of Buff Enjoyers in this game one. They will eventually find the kill on Arzo, which is something, and it mitigates some of the D push coming into your...
Abrahams cleanly win that rift fight, and after that, they have just complete control of the game with a 25k soul lead. Just a few minutes later, they go for the mid-boss take, and at this point, it's all but over.
Start last-hitting these rejuves, finds 2 of them. For now, D-Mob in the pit trying to contest the third, but it still goes the way of Abrahams, and so too go the kills. Buff Enjoyers routed, just running now, trying desperately to keep a couple survivors on the map, but...
To not just finish the game right here. Oh no, teleport forwards into telekinesis. Goodbye, goodbye, Viscous. Just holding his hands up. He's like, please, no, please. I think it's like a 6-minute mid.
Is Arzo killing them in base right now? We need the Arzo cam. We need the Arzo cam. He's farming them inside the throne. Absolute stat padding going on from Wraith. You love to see it. Finally blinks out. Has been damaged to half HP by being in the enemy base for 30 seconds. It's, it seems normal. Just
Game 2 out of 3 actually starts a lot more even as these skirmishes across the map keep going back and forth, keeping the game close.
The riposte is missed, but the damage is coming in. It's like a parry maybe did connect in the chaos, but...
It's to find. And Billy is like so good at farming these types of camps this time in the game. And looking to go for a counter punish though. And the chain gang comes through and he try to delay things, but you're not getting out of this one. There comes the hook, and soon just
end up being a key fight. Obikin wants to get some revenge, but the mid-boss is really helping Sane out, kind of providing some covering fire for him, but of course the damage does just as good back the other way. And a real fight around the mid-boss at 11 minutes, a pretty unique moment so far in the game. 2 for 1, winning trade for Buff Enjoyers so far, but bringing it right back to even. is Sonya Sniper into a very early engagement. Typically Venator.
When the rift first opens up, Buff Enjoyers push Abraham's back, not letting them even touch the point. Abraham's feels like it's a bad engage and actually let Buff Enjoyers have the rift. Just a few minutes later, Taz hits this crazy hook onto Demoth, but it turns out the fight doesn't go quite how he planned.
But Barrage, not an easy kill by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, not sure that he got the Slumming Hex in time as well, but wow, multiple kills there, going the way of Buff Enjoyers. Looking really nice here, going to be stealing away the urn as well.
At about the 20-minute mark, the urn spawns and shit just kind of hits the fan.
For that urn contest, Billy trying to battle for it, does be able to just snatch it off the back of Bebop, maybe thinking about the possibility of getting some kills, but Arzo is also here pumping damage as much as Billy is running for the hills. There's assists coming. Billy has gone quite deep for this. A few seconds for that rising ram as he gets poked on his way out. The bird is going to connect, and the finish is there for Together. Finds that execute, and maybe there's more to be had. It seems like a big fight now for Shiv to really get snowballing, really get this ball rolling in the game. Still a lot of time to use those executes. Does miss, actually. Demoth a little too clean on the movement. That'll end the kill streak, but maybe still more to find. Shiv, HP available. No one's really looking for the kill. They're all trying to bring down Sonya, but he's done enough. Not gone down just yet. Obafim once again really desperately hunting for this kill. Does find it in the end, but Together may find some cleanups, although no, hold on. Buffingers is continuing to bring numbers. They are going to lose a walker.
3 end up going down on both sides, but despite the even player count, Obi Kim takes a huge risk and goes for mid-boss, while Empty Dreams takes out a walker.
Will be a clean mid-boss take.
Talon's looming though, and also the bird is available. Okay, here comes the challenge, looking to meet the challenge. The lunges, just forcing them away. Crystal's dropping. Is there anything to stop this? In comes the ball to roll on through. There's some stuns. There is 2 for Buff Enjoyers, and 1 crystal goes to Abraham's. So Abraham's actually doing a good job on the challenge.
Doing decently, but Buffinger is still fighting this one out. Needs some kills for Abrahams if they want to stabilize this fight. Buffinger is holding on to a double rejuve. 7 going to be coming back into this fight, loaded and ready for Bear, so there's not much time. Abrahams, they need to find these kills, but instead they find only death. Buff Enjoyers.
The gambit pays off as Buff Enjoyers get 3 kills and walk away with 1 rejuve left. They push their advantage and take 2 walkers and get this nice kill onto Saint.
Well, and not too much to stop this. Holding on as long as possible there. For the ult, and it's perfect. Oh,
28 minutes in, and Rick gets this massive Lancel onto Taz, and the whole team just gets super bloodthirsty and chases his ass down.
Back the other way. The cube and the rescue beam, though, are very nice. Taz still healthy enough to maybe keep this fight going. Concussive doesn't connect to anybody. Cosmetical trying to go for a big chase down into the basement. They're going very deep. There's not going to be a safe retreat out of this fight. Zergy, though, doesn't seem to have any intention of backing down, is committing. He instead waits for a better target. Oh, it is Cosmetical.
Beautiful.
It does get found out.
On the side, though, there's a very important 1v1 between Zergy and Sonya, where Zergy just barely clutches the Unstoppable at the perfect time to stop the gut shot and win the duel, leading to 4 kills and another mid-boss.
Zergy is uncontested and looking to finish. There we go. Crystal's dropping down, and only 3 players up here for Abrahams. They're going to go for it, do what they can. Any steals would be valuable, and they get none. And they're going to get wiped here in this position. There's no way out at this point.
Yeah, good Italo-san from Obakam. Curses on 2, and they're going to get all the cleanup. Shiv does get a parry, but it's not going to make much difference in the end.
After winning the mid-boss fight, this game's pretty much over, and Buff Enjoyers just walk in and take Patron.
Eating up. Abraham's not able to mount a resistance, kind of desperate, stepping out of the base, trying to get some sort of a chase down kill, and a good call from Zergy finishes game 2 in favor of Buff Enjoyers.
The score is now 1-1, and this match decides it all. Abraham start out strong in lane. By 10 minutes in, they already have a 7k lead, and Cosmetical already has 24 stacks on his bird.
For now, but I don't know if you can say the same for Vrake. Okay, he does pad away, but the bird is good and slips around the corner just in time. What a find for Empty Dreams. Empty Dreams, though, is found while vulnerable in the bird form, and now even Together called into question. This could be the comeback fight the Buffingers were looking for. They're up 2-1 in the trade for now, and there's a healthy and ready to fight Demoth here on Venator.
Yeah, fantastic play. And again, Rift is potentially something that...
Buff Enjoyers miraculously turn this fight and actually bring it back to almost a 2k total difference. 13 minutes in and the Rift spawns, and Buff Enjoyers decide to fight this a 5v6 while Zergy is pushing Walker.
Comes in looking really desperate for this early kill. The roll is out from Saint. Is he going to survive through this? Obakam maybe wants to find the finish, knows there's an incredibly low Viscous, but he's going to get locked up into the doorman ult. Big cap from Buff Enjoyers, but Abrahams make it in time to contest. Do they actually have the manpower to win this engagement? Maybe so, as Arzo has come into this engagement. Zergy's going to be able to clean up a Walker likely on the other side of the map, but if the urn is the prize, it might be well worth it. Even that, though, far from certain. Buffingers is fighting incredibly well, despite Zergy not being in this fight. It may still go their way, which would be a massive edge for them. Arzo doing what he can to make sure that doesn't happen, but his teammates dropping by his ears. Geist uses the swap now. This is her moment. She needs to find some kills to keep this fight in contest. She's the one player remaining for Abrahams in this zone, and this level of numerical disadvantage is very hard to respond to.
Just as it looks as Buffingers are going to win the Rift, Arzo on the Geist is just completely unkillable, and he survives long enough for Together to respawn and re-enter the fight. Since they did get Walker, it's overall a win for Buffingers, but it really feels like they should have just won this fight outright. 19 minutes in, and the second Rift opens up, and Obikim starts this off by going in deep.
I've been hotly contested this game. Every ultimate available here on the map. Obikim goes in very early, very aggressive, and there are a ton of Abraham's players here to punish, but it's actually Billy who seems to potentially be going down first, but no, Obikim drops before the curse can come in. Dimov had to go very deep for that Iradomini to finish the kill. There's a lot of damage across the board. Viscous getting run down. Cosmetical finds that execution. Winning this fight, getting these Super Troopers. This is going to be mid-boss from...
This fight gives Buffingers the confidence to go for mid-boss. However, if you know anything about Abrahams, they have this crazy history of turning mid-boss fights that just don't feel possible.
Does have the Baroness available here. There's the Eternal Knight, though. That's going to really disrupt their ability.
It's cooking them so hard, but some all three. Are you kidding me? Abrahams, they just do it every single time, playing off the door in the pit. Taz doing everything, and the Unstopped 7 ult is pretty. It looks nice, but what does it really accomplish at the end of the day? Abrahams evaded almost entirely, utilizing that doorman door, and even 7 now. Caught dead to rights, the Owl screaming on its way in to finish this kill. Sonya get the job done himself on the Infernus.
Abrahams walks out with 5 kills and 2 rejuves. This previously tied game has now completely swung into Abraham's favor. In an attempt to push the advantage, Together catches out Cosmetical and then accidentally starts this massive team fight.
Takes some big shots back the other way, has to think better about this chase down. Does get lassoed, but crazy heals come through and the parries, the cube on top to ensure the safety. Billy's going to be back up and healthy in this fight. Saint working overtime on Viscous to keep the team stable. A Storm Cloud thrown out from Zergy, trying to just zone players away, but Abraham's working around it, still picking off players on the extremities. Nobody's looking at Zergy. The damage, yes, it's real, but where's the follow-up? Where are the kills? They do not seem to be coming here for Buffingers, and Zergy has to maybe float back over the roof and just try to stay alive.
With complete map control, Abrahams just gets the next Rift for free, while Buffingers try to collapse onto Empty Dreams. However, not only does Empty Dreams get out, he leaves them a nice little +8 present.
Who just barely slips away. He needs the assist from both supports, both Taz and Saint, coming together to ensure he stays alive. He's going to respond with the bird. Execution feels very realistic here. Splits the wickets nicely, gets a good connection, and will grab a stack, and it's another kill onto the Vendor, who just cannot seem to stay alive in this fight. Can't say the same about Arzo, still sitting on that health swap, confidently charging forward and gets the finish onto Cosmetical as well. There is definitely a case to be made for Buffingers. Feels like they have to contest this. The curse trap on the pit so valuable, but with that unstop coming in, they're going to go for the contest. The Infernus ult hits on many. The Great Talent Bird comes in. Zergy's already out of this fight. One of the most farmed members here on Buffingers. Not going to be able to contribute, and Abraham's making hay out of it. Rejuves all off the deck, but in the end, the fight seems to go the way of Abraham. Still a lot of stragglers on the Buffingers side. Crucially, Cosmetical still has that execute if he wants to commit down into this fight, but he could be risking the game to do so.
Yeah, certainly looking quite sketchy now, there's no doubt. Buffingers, they've got nothing left. We're going to get a quick look here on the side of the screen at that hero damage, and it's just no surprise.
I got a quick quiz for you. You are stuck between a Geist with double your souls and a Great Talon with +80 stacks. What do?
Surprise that Empty Dreams has been just...
That's right, you die. Abrahams actually couldn't take out Patron yet, and Empty Dreams goes for a Walker where he actually gets caught out pretty good.
Well, there's no support to be seen, and Shiv is assisting on this rundown. This should be an easy kill now.
On top of that, Vrake gets this nice lasso onto Saint, and that gives them one last chance for a Hail Mary mid-boss.
Dreams is coming back up, though. He is spawned, and so maybe enough time has been bought, but still doesn't change the fact that it's a 6v5. Buffingers still with the best opportunity that they've had to maybe find a way back into this, but win or lose, the mid-boss is the result here for the team that comes on the better ends.
I think he's going to be okay as he comes out of it, still in comfortably safe territory. Here comes the Scourge. Shiv going to be committing heavily all in here. Can the connection come through? It is good. Cosmetical goes down. Sonya finding more kills in this fight. Flame Dash so challenging for players to fight through. Dimov and Zergy just too low to come into the engagement.
Yeah, maybe the best chance gone now for Buffingers. Fresh rejuves for 3 players
Abrahams get all 3 rejuves, multiple kills, and at this point, what are you really gonna do? I mean, come on. Empty Dreams has plus 88 stacks now. Like, this is over.
Man, all she wrote. Abrahams, what a battle from them. Some ridiculous rejuve contests off the back of the Taz Doorman to come back in this fight and win over Buff Enjoyers, reclaiming the throne for the first time in over a month. Abrahams back on top of Europe.
Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. My entire self-worth is based on that number, so it would really help out. I really wanted to make a video covering every single match from the night shift, but it just took too much time and I had to cut it down, so we just got the finals from EU. But hopefully in the future I can make longer videos that really cover a lot of the matches, or maybe I will just stick to the most interesting match of the night. Either way, thank you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you next week.